Can you imagine how is it to be born and how is it to live in a war-zone country? I was 12 when for the first time I heard these sirens. These sirens that meant danger, these sirens that told us bombing is starting. I was 12 years old. Thousands of children, like myself, experienced how is it to live with lack of food, lack of electricity, lack of water. How is it to live in fear for our lives, for tomorrow, and for our future? We were only 12 years old. But, as probably most of you know, children, they're very energetic, very creative, and we wanted at that time to support our parents and grandparents on the streets protesting against the government and the violence. But many times it would be dangerous for us to walk on the streets. So we thought of a way. We would collect pots, pans, whistles, go out on the balconies or in front of our doors and make as much noise as possible so our family and friends could hear us, but also so our government could hear us. Thousands of these children are now thousands of young adults. Thousands of young adults that have lost their creativity, lost their energy, lost their strength and will. Thousands of young adults that don't have future. That's why today is a very special day for me, a day when I can share my story and a story of a project that I deeply believe in, Youth Energy of Serbia, a project that I hope will bring a better tomorrow for young people in my country. Probably many of you wonders, where is Serbia? What kind of a country is Serbia? Well, now we are in beautiful India, Kerala, Kanthari campus. But if we move across the Middle East, north of Africa, we would arrive in Europe. Serbia is a small but very beautiful country in the Balkan region of Europe. We have sunflower fields and fruit trees in the north, mountains in the south, incredible big blue rivers, very friendly and smiling people, and I must say, a delicious cuisine. But Serbia is also a troubled country. We were once part of Yugoslavia. Probably some of you know or heard of this country. We went through civil wars, bombing, complete country isolation, and breakdown of political, economic, and social systems. This was devastating for my country, my region, even for the whole world, but especially for my generation. Many young people are facing the consequences. If you go and ask graduates, 1 in every 3 graduates will tell you that they are thinking and will probably leave the country. Serbia is facing a big and serious problem of brain drain. This means young people, young artists, engineers, lawyers, social scientists, musicians are leaving the country and never coming back. You can ask yourself, why would young, bright people just leave their homes, leave their country? A country where education is outdated, based on theory, doesn't follow global trends and provide necessary skills for young people. A country where there are no jobs. High levels of youth unemployment, 50% in urban areas and even higher in rural areas. A country where young people cannot become independent, where young people cannot establish their families, their homes, where society tells you dreaming is something bad. Dreaming is not reality. You're not real. Society tells you it's not possible to change your situation and have a better life. What are we left with? Young people that are depressed, feeling worthless, not being able to provide for themselves, their families, and their country. Young people scared to dream. With no dreams, no visions. With no visions, no futures. We have a country with young people with no futures. I'm part of this society. I know very well how is it to feel depressed, worthless from the inside, feeling completely trapped, isolated, not being able to even think about tomorrow or plan a life. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether I'm born under a lucky star to have a wonderful family, a very supporting family, especially one figure, my grandfather. He showed me a way, a special way, through books, exploring and learning, to rise myself from this situation. I will tell you one story. Even, I was living in a country where my parents one day would have a job, the next day they would lose a job. This means lack of security and stability. But I had one of my first businesses, as I want to call it. I would make clay masks and sell it to beautician schools so they can practice massages on them. And I would earn and collect enough money so I could buy books for me and my brother and continue with learning and exploring. Books are wonderful things. Books gave me a space of imagination to imagine the world I wanted, to have visions of my country, of my life, of a true peace and democracy in my community. Books gave me drive on rebuilding a completely broken society. This is a very hard task, completely rebuilding a broken society. I searched in many countries around the world, traveled, worked, studied abroad, finding the knowledge, expanding the perspectives and things, and finding a way how to bring a true peace, a true democracy to my country. And I developed this passion through a project, Youth Energy of Serbia. A project that will equip young people to take their lives into their hands, that will empower young people to take responsibility, be independent, stand for themselves, and take required actions in Serbia. This project, how I want to call it, the YES project, Youth Energy of Serbia, will be created into 4 phases. The first phase will be awareness campaign, where we don't want to just raise awareness about problems and challenges facing young people, but we want to talk about their dreams. The second phase is the training program, which will have a unique curriculum that I'm developing currently with the help of experts based on learning by doing. After this training, young people will have a concrete project or a business plan that they can confidently, with full expertise, present in front of potential donors or investors. But we don't want to stop here. We want to further support these young people to a third phase or a mentorship program, where they will receive advice and support from mentors from different fields. And the fourth phase is their own startups or projects or businesses. Youth Energy of Serbia, or the YES project, will open up a space of opportunities, a space for dreams and passions and talents. Youth Energy of Serbia will create a tomorrow for young people. Even with the situation I faced, being born in a conflict, I didn't give up. I didn't give up in following my dreams and my passions. I'm telling you, you should never ever give up in following your dreams and passions. And Youth Energy of Serbia, I can't do this by myself. Only together we can create our own lives and our own future and our own tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tijana.